Welcome dear students to a very exciting topic, and that is the simple distillation process. Distillation is a very vast term which carries different types in it, like the simple distillation, fractional distillation, vacuum distillation, steam distillation, etc. But in this particular lecture we will focus on the simple distillation process, which is actually very simple. My dear students, the simple distillation is defined as the process of purification of a more volatile liquid from non-volatile impurities. The simple thing is that we have a mixer in which our main desired product is present, which is a more volatile liquid, and it is present with the impurities, and those impurities are either non-volatile or less volatile as compared to our desired product, and we will separate our desired product from that mixer by using the simple distillation technique. Now, what is the principle of this technique? The principle is the difference of the boiling point between two components of a mixer. As I have already mentioned in the definition, that our main product that will be more volatile, it means it will be having lesser boiling point as compared to the side products or impurities which will be non-volatile or less volatile with the high boiling point. So the main product has low boiling point and the side products or impurities, they have high boiling point. There will be a difference in their boiling points, and that difference in the boiling point is actually the base, is actually the principle of the simple distillation process. But there is a condition here, that the difference of boiling point of the main product and impurities, that should be 40 degrees Celsius or more than 40 degrees Celsius. If the difference of the boiling point of the desired liquid and impurities will be less than 40 degrees Celsius, then simple distillation technique cannot be used. Then we will use some other distillation techniques like fractional distillation. After principle, now what is the technique? The technique is very simple. You have a mixer in which a more volatile liquid is present with less volatile or non-volatile impurities. When you will heat this mixer, obviously the liquid which is more volatile, it will be having lesser boiling point, so it will get boiled first. And when it will get boiled, its vapors will be collected. And now those vapors, they will be condensed back into the pure liquid. So basically, the mixer is heated. The main liquid being more volatile, it will be converted to vapors first. Its vapors are collected, and by condenser, they will be condensed back to the pure liquid. And all the impurities which are less volatile or non-volatile, they will remain in this mixer. So that is a simple technique. Now, what is the procedure? Before discussing the procedure, let us see first apparatus of the simple distillation technique. There is a distillation flask in which you will place the impure liquid, or you can say mixture of the liquids, and you will also place small pieces of the unglazed porcelain in this mixer to avoid the bumping of the boiling liquids. Next is the thermometer to record the temperature, and then you have a tube, connecting tube, which will be connected with distillation flask at one end, and it will be connected with the condenser as well. And finally, that connecting tube will be connected to the flask which will collect the pure liquid. So these are the main apparatus which is used in this simple distillation process. My dear students, the condenser used here, that can be water condenser or air condenser. No, we will use water condenser or air condenser. It depends upon the mixer we are going to separate. If the liquids in this mixer, they have boiling point greater than 110 degrees Celsius. If the boiling point of the liquids in the mixer is more than 110 degrees Celsius, then you will use the water condenser. And if the boiling point of the liquids present in the mixer, that is less than 110 degrees Celsius, then you will use the air condenser. So it depends upon the boiling point of the liquids in the mixer which condenser will be used. Now let us see the procedure. My dear students, first of all, the impure liquid or mixture that will be heated in this distillation flask. Now, this heat can be on the naked flame or using the wire gas, or it can be on the water bath, depending upon the type of the liquids in this mixture. If the liquids are highly inflammable, then you will heat this distillation flask in the water bath. If the liquids they are very less inflammable, you can use the wire gas. And if the liquids are non-inflammable, then this distillation flask can be heated on the naked flame. Now, my dear students, when you will heat the impure liquid or mixture, then the more volatile liquid that will be boiled first, and when it will get boiled, it vapors will form and they will be collected here. Now, my dear students, the non-volatile impurities that will remain in the mixture because they are not getting boiled yet, their boiling point is high. Now, when you start heating the mixer, the reading on the thermometer that will keep on increasing. But when the more volatile liquid, which is our desired product, that will start boiling, then the temperature on the thermometer that will become constant, because you know it is a fact that during boiling the temperature remains constant. So first the thermometer reading that is increased, and then it becomes constant when the more volatile liquid starts boiling. When a more volatile liquid will boil, vapors will be collected, and the bulb of this thermometer that should be below the level of this connecting tube in order to accurately record the temperature of the vapors. If the bulb of the thermometer will be above this connecting tube, then the vapors, as they will be formed, they will move into this connecting tube without coming in contact with this bulb, and thermometer will not be able to accurately record the temperature of these vapors. Now, these vapors, they will pass through this tube which is connected to a condenser. The condenser has water and air to cool down the vapors and to remove the extra kinetic energy from those vapors. So, as the vapors will pass through this condenser, their kinetic energy will keep on decreasing, 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 decreasing. And a time will come when the kinetic energy will be so much decreased that the vapors they will again be changed into the liquid. And the drops of that liquid they will be collected in this collecting flask. Now, my dear students, this is a simple process that the more volatile liquid changes to vapors, condenser condenses it back into the liquid, and the collecting flask collects the pure liquid, and all the impurities they will remain in the mixer. In this way, you can simply separate the liquid from the mixer. Now, what were the precautions? The precautions I have already mentioned: to heat the distillation flask using the water bath or wire gas, or you will heat it on the naked flame. It depends upon the type of the liquids in the mixer. What is the importance of distillation? There are so many importances of the distillation process, but some of the main points I'm going to discuss here. The first is to collect the distilled water. You know, distilled water is used in the laboratories as well as in the industries, and that distilled water is obtained from the seawater by using the process of distillation. Similarly, alcohol concentration during fermentation, you prepare the ethanol, and the concentration of that ethanol in the mixer is 14%. That's why the normal alcoholic beers we see in the market, they have 14% ethanol in them. But if you want to increase the concentration of the ethanol by 14%, then you will use the process of the distillation, and you can increase it up to the 40%. And most of the rums that you see in the market, they have 40% ethanol in them. Similarly, perfumes and flavors, they can also be collected from the herbs by using the process of the distillation. So these are main points that show the importance of the distillation process. Now, my dear students, listen a last point very carefully. As I have already mentioned here, that the temperature of thermometer that is first increased, then when the liquid starts boiling, it becomes constant. At the end of the distillation process, the temperature of thermometer will again start increasing due to superheating of these vapors. And when the temperature on the thermometer will start rising again, that is an indication that the distillation process should be disconnected now. And when the temperature on the thermometer will start increasing, you will disconnect all the apparatus and you will disconnect the distillation process, because this is the indication that the maximum liquid that is collected in the pure form, the maximum possibility that the amount of the liquid could be collected in the pure form, that is collected. So at that point, you will disconnect the distillation process. This was all about the simple distillation. I hope so. This lecture will be very helpful for you people. In case you find any problem during in this lecture, you can ask in the comment section. I will answer. Take care a lot.